From chalkboards to dreams, the power of education. In the heart of a small rural village, a boy named Karanja dared to dream beyond the dusty paths of his home. His journey wasn't just about education. It was a fight for survival, hope, and transformation. This is the story of how one boy's determination inspired not just his family, but an entire nation. Karanja was born into a family of farmers. Life in the village was tough, rainfall was scarce, and food was often rationed. Education was a luxury few could afford, and most children spent their days helping in the fields. But Karanja was different. His curiosity was boundless. Every morning, he would sit under the shade of an old acacia tree, tracing letters in the dirt with a stick while his father tended the fields. He had one dream: to go to school. When Karanja turned 7, the local school finally opened its doors to children in the village. His excitement was short-lived when his father frowned, saying, "We need you here, Karanja. School won't put food on the table." Determined, Karanja made a deal. He would help with the farm before and after school. Reluctantly, his parents agreed. With a borrowed uniform 2 sizes too big and an empty satchel, he took his first steps into a classroom. The school was underfunded. The classroom had broken desks, and the only chalkboard had cracks running through it. There were no textbooks, just scraps of paper passed from one student to another. But none of this dampened Karanja's spirit. He walked 5 kilometers to school every day, often barefoot. When he got home, he would study by the dim light of a kerosene lamp, his fingers stained with soot. His friends mocked him, saying, "Why work so hard for something that won't pay you back?" But Karanja's teacher, Ms. Wanjiru, saw his potential. She stayed after hours to teach him extra lessons, sometimes sharing her own lunch when he came to school hungry.
One day, a representative from a nearby town visited the school. He announced a national essay competition with the theme, "Education, the Key to the Future." Karanja poured his heart into the essay, describing how education was his way out of poverty. Despite the odds, Karanja's essay won first place. He was invited to the capital city to receive his award, a scholarship to a prestigious high school. It was the first time he had ever left his village. Karanja's story spread like wildfire. His village rallied behind him, pooling resources to buy him new clothes and supplies for his new school. His scholarship became a beacon of hope, encouraging other children to attend school. As Karanja excelled in his studies, he began to speak at events, sharing his story with other students. He reminded them, education is not just for passing exams. It is the bridge that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. Years later, Karanja returned to his village, not as a student, but as a teacher. He helped rebuild the school, bringing in books, desks, and even computers. He launched a foundation to support other children from underprivileged backgrounds, ensuring they would never have to fight as hard as he did to learn. His story was covered by national media, inspiring parents to prioritize education and policymakers to invest in rural schools. Karanja's journey from chalkboards to dreams is a testament to the transformative power of education. It's not just about learning to read and write, it's about unlocking potential, breaking cycles of poverty, and creating a better future. His story reminds us that with determination, even the smallest village can produce the brightest stars.